channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. I just thought I would come on and play in some new makeup that I either hauled or was gifted recently. And these are products that I have yet to play in. And so I thought, why not come on camera and play in those products with you guys here today. So I haven't done anything except for hydrate my skin. Recently actually finished my Wet n Wild brow pencil, which you guys know I truly love. The new one I'm going to pull today is the Revolution Pro Warm Brown, and I think this is going to be a little too light for me, but we shall see. It does have a spoolie on it right there, and it is a very fine, skinny pencil. I don't know if you could see that right there, but we're just going to go ahead and start with the brows. I always love starting with the brows. It just kind of helps me with the placement and stuff of my eyeshadows. Yeah, this is going to be too light for my brows. It's not really a warm brown in my opinion. It's more of a light brown, or excuse me, medium brown. It has like a red tone to it, if that makes sense. I do like how fine the tip is, or the pencil is very fine, very small. I do enjoy that. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go off camera, take this off real quick. Unfortunately, give me just a moment and I will be back. I went off camera to remove, the last video you saw was me going off camera to remove the eyebrow pencil because it was too light. I did find another one that I had that I did recently pick up, and I hadn't hauled it for you guys, but that's why I wasn't going to use it, but I went ahead and pulled it. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. This is how thin it is. Right there, very, very tiny. It does have a small spoolie. I got this in the shade Brunette. That is what I went ahead quickly and just put on my brows. I think it's a great match. What I will say about the formula of this, it was very inexpensive. I'll try to link everything down below, as I always do, if it's still available and all of that. It was very affordable. I will say it's a drier formula, so you have to kind of go over several times on a spot just to get the product there. So it is more of a drier formula than what I'm used to. I kind of like that in between. Not too creamy, not too dry, but not bad. I'm going to continue using it, of course, give you guys my overall thoughts on it. I did finally pick up the Milani Eyeshadow Primer, and I just had to try this. Emily Noel raves and raves about this, so I thought, why not give this a try, see if it's any good. I do like eyeshadow primers that kind of cover up some of that purple on my eyes. I don't think this is going to do that because it's very sheer. It's very creamy, almost like silicone-y, I guess is what you could say. So far I'm not feeling tackiness. It's going on nicely. It doesn't cover pigmentation or anything like that. I know she mentioned she loves it due to the fact that it adheres to the shadows really nicely. I prefer primers that are, like I said, a little more pigmented, that are going to kind of cover that darkness on my eyes. Now, the palette that I'm using, I just noticed, does not have a base shade to kind of set that, and I always like to set it. So I'm going to use the Essence Soft Touch Shadow. This is in 01 right there. It's just a matte bone color, I guess you would say. The palette that I'm going to use today is the Nomad America's Park. This was a gift from my friend Carla here on YouTube, and look how gorgeous this palette is. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I'm like, what palette do I want to play in? And this was the first one that I thought to play in. So thank you so much again, Carla. Okay, so I don't know what look I'm going to go for. You guys know that I love my bronzy brown toned looks. There's a lot of browns in here. I think I'm going to start in this green here called Everglades. I don't know how this is going to turn out. It does have a little bit of kickback or fallout, whatever you want to call it. But I did go very gently in it because I didn't know how pigmented it would be. or anything. And that's just one little swipe. You can't see too well on camera, but it is fairly pigmented. It's actually a decent pigmentation. I like to always start lightly and then just build it up. As I always do, I'll show you the shades and then just kind of do the look, because if I sit here and do all the blending I do and all of that and keep it real time, it will definitely be a super, super long video. This is such a beautiful palette. I feel like it can definitely be like a spring and summer, but transition into fall, because it has these bright shades and summery tone shades, and then it has some rich, you know, fall colors. You know, I definitely have that factor that it can transition from summer and spring to a fall palette for sure. Okay, I like the way that looks. Okay, I think I'm going to go in this shade called Blue Ridge Parkway. Has a really pretty embossment of a bear there. And I'm going to take that with a different brush. Just going to place it right here on the end to just deepen that outer part up. It's very pigmented. Very, very pigmented. Whatever's left, I'm going to just take over just a little bit into the actual crease. The weather has been so hot here that I have not been wearing a ton of makeup. Like, I've been wearing like your basic everyday put together makeup kind of makeup look, because it's been so hot here, like over 100 degrees. So I've just been, so it's really, I haven't been wearing shadow is what I'm trying to say. And so it's really nice to play in some shadow today. Okay, so far I like the way that looks. I'll go back, of course, blend and clean up and all of that. I just like to place everything and then go back in. I think I'm going to take this shade here called HOH Rainforest. It has like a double shade, so it has like the green and then this other green kind of together in it. And I'm just going to set it right here. It does have some fallout. Unfortunately, I should have been using my new little thing that my friend Carla sent me to catch the fallout. Okay, for this other side, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to use the Shadow Moon that my friend Carla sent me, so it can catch that fallout that I'm experiencing. So from what it said is you just put it's just a piece of rubber, and you just basically do like this. Definitely did catch the fallout. I don't know if you guys would be able to see the fallout on there. I mean, they're very tiny speckles, but I see them. Okay, so that's good for now. We're just going to stop there for now. We're going to move on to face. The primer that I'm going to use today is one that I've had in my collection for some time. However, I have not played in it or anything in a really, really long time. So I wanted to replay in this to see what I think. So this is a Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. It does feel very hydrating and gel-like, I want to say. So it feels really hydrating, really nice. Texture of it and the feel that it's making on my skin. I feel like it reminds me a lot of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Primer. It has that consistency, that feel on the skin. One thing I will say is with the Colourpop, the only difference is that I find is as it's setting, my face doesn't feel super dewy and moist like the Colourpop would. The Colourpop one makes it feel like it is now, but just a little bit more up on the hydration levels. Like my face right now would be really plump and feel really, really hydrated. And I wouldn't say that I feel that with this. But it's nice so far. The foundation that I'm going to use is a new one that you guys saw me recently haul. This is my Morphe foundation, and this is the Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. I got mine in light 6. It does have a nice frosted glass with a pump. The claims of this foundation are it's long-wearing, oil-free, natural finish foundation, hydrates skin, blurs imperfections for the ultimate soft look, has hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and glycerin. This was very cheap, so I thought, why not go ahead and try it? I think this is going to be too light. When I saw it in store, it looked like it would match. I think it might be too light or too yellow. And I'm not this yellow, so I did get a free sponge with it, which I did not use. And I have my Maybelline Beauty Sponge here. Okay, so it blended in nicely. I wouldn't say it's super light on my skin. It looks like it might match. I wouldn't say that it's as hydrating as it claims to be, because I have some dry patches here in this area, and I kind of feel like it's adhering to that. I mean, it's covering that. I would say it could be a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build it up to more coverage if you wanted to. Right now, like I said, with summer, I have not been wanting like a ton of coverage on my skin. But I do see that this is definitely a little bit yellow for me. So I need to look at the shade ranges and see if I can find one that would be more neutral. I would say it's sitting nicely. It's sitting well. Okay, so for concealer, I do have a new concealer I want to try. This is the Tarte Ultra Creamy. I have the original Shape Tape, but I thought, why not give this one a try, because I have not tried it since it's come out. This is in Light Neutral 22N, and it's the mini. And I'm hoping I got the right shade on this. Nope, it's a little bit yellow as well. Okay, so it did cover that darkness nicely. I'm going to add just a tad more because I do have dark circles, but it blended very nicely. So far, I will say that it does feel a lot creamier than the original for sure. I'm just going to go ahead and set my under eyes and the rest of my face. I don't believe I have a new powder. I'm just going to use what I have here, which is my Jaclyn Hill Brightening Pink for the under the eyes, and then I'm going to use my Honest Beauty for the rest of my face. Had some trouble there with that powder that I use under the eyes. It just became a hot mess. Had to go off camera, fix the best I can. Yeah, I'm realizing that as much as I am trying to like that Jaclyn Hill powder, I do not like it. For me, it just accentuates my fine lines, my dryness. It doesn't set well with concealers. It's horrible. I just have to call it a loss, and I'm really upset about it. I may try it all over the face, like in the areas that I want brightening, like my chin, my forehead. Maybe, I'll see. But if not, I'm going to have to pass it, unfortunately. Try out this Ofra palette that my friend Carla sent me. Look how beautiful. I'm going to go in with this bronzer here. It has a little bit of luminosity to it. It's called Americano Bronzer. And I'm just going to take a bronzing brush and I'm going to go very lightly. It is on the red side, so I have to be very careful to not go too heavy-handed. I am using my e.l.f. multi-face brush. This was an Emily Noel recommendation. I kind of want to go into this one here that has the 3 just for that blush. I'm going to go into this one here called Blissful, right here. I'm very lightly in that, and it's, whoa. Wow, that is pigmented. I barely dipped my brush in there. And it is showing, okay, that's gorgeous. Mascara, which I'll do off camera just because I don't want it to take a long time. Finish up the lower lash line, and I'll see if I have a new lip product that we can try together, but I will be back, guys. Alright guys, so I got the mascara and everything on, got the rest of the face, the eyes done, excuse me. So I'm going to finish off with this gloss. I've been loving wearing glosses lately. This is the Colourpop So Glassy in Set Free.
Oh, can I show you some pencils?
It looks like that. I'm going to just finish off with this gloss. I shared this with you guys in a haul. It has some like reflex to it, like a sheen. You cannot see it, like feel it, but you can definitely see it on the lips. It's very hydrating, not sticky or tacky, and just really, really pretty. So I'm going to show you guys the overall finished look. I did have some problems with some of the products. I'll quickly go over them with you in just a moment. Start with my brows. I do like the way my brows look. I think they look natural. They don't look harsh. I think they look really feathery, really, really nice. So although the pencil is a drier formula, it's very affordable and it is really nice. I think that it was a perfect shade match for me. So I do like that there. Next thing is the eyeshadow primer. It's not bad. The shadows went over it very, very nicely. Beautifully, actually. No tugging with this on top. The only thing that you guys know that I did mention in the beginning was I like a primer to have some kind of pigmentation to it, just so that it can cover my darkness. But I'm going to continue using this. Next product that I used was the primer. The primer was nice. It is hydrating, but I wouldn't say it's super, super hydrating. So if you're looking for something that's going to be really hydrating for dry skin like mine, then you may not want this. I would go with the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer because that one is so hydrating, so makes your skin just feel so dewy, so nice. So, but this was okay, and I'll continue to use it. The foundation, everything blended in. It did match my face well. You can see like my neck and my face do match. I will check and see if they have another shade though, because I'd rather get my correct shade, but everything did work out nicely. I think it's fine. I do like the frosted glass. I wouldn't say it's super hydrating, so if you're super, super dry, you may not like this, but I will say that it's looking good on my skin. Continue playing in that as well. So far, so good. It was nice. The bronzer this is the bronzer I used, and the highlighter I used was this one right here. The bronzer is a little bit more red tone, like I said, and it can get very muddy if I go heavy-handed. And the highlight is absolutely beautiful. I did take this shade here and just kind of lightly put it on the cheeks, and I really do like the way that looked. So far, really, really nice. I really did enjoy that palette. Super grateful to have it. And now the palette. The palette is really, really nice. All the shades I used, which was only 3, did perform very, very nice. I just used that whole middle row right there. They blended very beautifully. I love the overall look. It didn't take too much work, and I really do like the look. I did go ahead and take the darker shade here, this one that I used in the outer V. I did take that on the lower lash line just very lightly and put it there. And then I told you guys I was using this new mascara. I have tried it another time, and so I wanted to use it in the video today. But this is my Rare Beauty mascara, and I did get this as a gift, I believe, from Sephora or something. It's a mini, and I'll show you what the brush looks like right there. And I have to say, I really do enjoy this mascara. It just really like bumps up my lashes, gives them length, and I feel like they also have volume. One thing I did notice with this mascara is after a while of having it on my lashes, I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but when I'm done putting it on, I feel like my lashes are like up here. And then after wearing it for some time, like I probably have had it on now for 15 minutes or so, I feel like they just kind of start to fall down. And it's not that they look bad or anything, but I feel like it's a little heavy. So I don't know if that's just me. Let me know if you feel the same way. Okay, and then of course the gloss. I love it. I think it's just a beautiful shade. It's pretty sheer, but it has, like I told you, that reflex that just makes the lips look really, really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and come in closer, show you guys the overall finished look. I would say of all the products, I think my absolute favorite was probably the palette. I love the palette. It's just super beautiful. And these shadows, like I said, were so easy and so nice to work with. But guys, this is going to complete this video for today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, of me testing and trying out some newer products. This will be like my mini first impressions. I will continue to play in these throughout this month. Let you guys know what I think, if I'm either loving it or not loving it, if I changed my mind on it and all of that. I will definitely keep you guys updated on that. I think by the end of the month, this month, I'm going to do like my monthly favorites and fails, or my Friday favorites and fails. Like I told you guys, will be on the last Friday of the month. And then that time I'll tell you the products that, even if it's something in this bunch that I decided that I do not like, or I do love, or I've fallen in love with, it will be in that video. So I'll try to do that every month on newer products that I use, so that you guys can kind of see if I'm still loving it, if I'm not, because usually at first impressions you can kind of get an idea, but you do have to play with it a little more to really know if it's something that you would enjoy or not enjoy. So I'll definitely be doing that. So guys, if you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy these types of videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up as well. And if you're not subscribed, I really love for you to subscribe. Help me to reach my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. It's taking me a little while, but my channel has always been a slower grower, I guess is how you would say it. So definitely would appreciate it so much. Leave me any comments, questions, or video ideas that you have down below. Of course, I would love the feedback. All right, guys, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.